The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
Branson, Missouri is known around the world for its award-winning shows, dining, and entertainment. Today, awards will be earned on Lake Taneycomo as Powerboat Nationals prepares to crown its 2022 champions on Racer H2O. It's a picture-perfect day for racing in Branson, and there's electricity in the air as Powerboat Nationals drivers are ready to fight for the 2022 championship here at Round 4 of the 2022 Branson Grand Prix Series. Hello again, everyone. Jared Romsberg here alongside of Josh Grisham and the rest of the Racer H2O crew on a beautiful day for racing in southern Missouri. Low 80s, plenty of sun, and anticipation is mounting as we are ready to determine the 2022 champions. Before we get to the Formula Light racing, let's talk about qualifying. Brought to you by Explore Branson. Visit explorebranson.com to plan your next vacation. 35, Mark Schmerbach is the current championship points leader, but his lead is only 5 points ahead of 21, Jose Mendana Jr. The driver who earns pole position for the final earns a bonus point, so an additional level of drama was added to Formula Light qualifying. Jose Mendana Jr. was the fastest in time trials and started on the inside of Mark Schmerbach for the first Formula Light heat race. These two put on an awesome show, but the 21 would get in front of the 35 for the lead. 83, Eric Weinzak was in third. The Michigan driver won here in 2021 and was hoping to see the top of the podium again. But near the end of the heat, 72, Thomas Schlarb roared up on the inside of the 83, taking third. 21 moved through lap traffic, and Jose Mendana Jr. held the lead to the checkered, winning heat race 1. In the second heat, the inverted field saw 4 James Klein on the pole with 82 Corey Merrill to his right. As they came down the front stretch, the fleet went 3 wide for position, with teammates 66 Randy Parch and 67 Rick Sober moving around 54 Chris Swanson for position. Then bad luck struck the leader as James Klein came to a stop before turn 2, and the fleet slid past him and down the backstretch. As they came out of turn 4, Arch, Merrill, and Sober went 3 wide, with Rick Sober getting the Landshark 67 into P1. His stay there was brief as his teammate Randy Parch got the Liqui Moly 66 into the lead on the backstretch. Seconds later, Mark Schmerbach had worked his way through the fleet and got by Sober for second. After a few laps, the 35 caught up with the leader and sent him to second as they went out of turn 2. Jose Mendana Jr. was working his way up as well. With the points race so close, every slot mattered. Randy Parch put up a fight, but the 21 would eventually get around him for second. Despite a late race caution, the 35 stayed in front, and Mark Schmerbach went on to win the second Formula Light heat race. Mendana and Schmerbach were locked in. The rest of the fleet had to earn their slot in the last chance qualifier. 72, Thomas Schlarb took off with the lead, leaving 66 Randy Parch and 83 Eric Weinzak to fight for second. Weinzak spun in turn 3 and the fleet flew by. But the 83 didn't give up and he fought his way back through the field. With only a few laps remaining, Weinzak was able to get through the fleet and get past Corey Merrill for third. But the 72 had a rock-solid grip on this one, and Thomas Schlarb went on to win the last chance qualifier. Here's how they'll line up for the Liqui Moly Formula Light Championship here in Branson. With a better qualifying time, Jose Mendana Jr. edged Mark Schmerbach out for pole position for the final. Thomas Schlarb, Randy Parch, and Corey Merrill all earned top 5 qualifying positions. Let's take a look at the championship points, and you'll see that with the pole position bonus point, Jose Mendana Jr. has now pulled to within 4 points of the points leader, Mark Schmerbach. In order to win the championship, Mendana will have to win the feature race, and that's no easy task. And fans, you're not going to want to miss a second. We've also got Pro Tunnel Racing and so much more when our coverage of the championship round of Powerboat Nationals Racing here in Branson continues right after this.
Racer H2O's coverage of the 2022 Branson Grand Prix Series is brought to you by Explore Branson. Visit explorebranson.com to plan your next vacation. And by Branson Landing. Shop, dine, play, and stay at Branson Landing. This segment of Racer H2O's coverage of the 2022 Branson Grand Prix Series is brought to you by Explore Branson. Visit explorebranson.com to plan your next vacation.
Fans, welcome back to Branson, Missouri, where you're riding with Racer H2O cameraman Mike Cameron as he flies down one of the best mountain coasters in Branson, Copperhead Mountain Coaster at Shepherd's Adventure Park. The Copperhead is the fastest and longest mountain coaster in Branson and gives you a thrilling view of the surrounding Ozark Mountains. The Copperhead sits in the shadow of the highest zip line in Branson, the Vigilante Extreme Zip Line. Riders of this thriller launch from 140 feet in the air and reach speeds of over 55 miles per hour. And like the Copperhead, the Vigilante gives you an incredible view of Branson's corner of the Ozarks. Incredible views from around the world can be found in Branson. Just stop by Fly Ride at Beyond the Lens. This virtual flying experience lets you soar over some of America's most awe-inspiring landmarks. When you land, you can enjoy a new experience in technotainment at Beyond the Lens. There are dozens of family-friendly activities like escape rooms, virtual reality rides, interactive games, and so much more. The evening before the races, Racer H2O joined Powerboat Nationals drivers and teams back at Shepherd of the Hills for some fantastic food, fun, and some of the best bluegrass music you'll hear at Buck's Barbecue and Bluegrass Bash. Then we all headed to the outdoor theater and were treated to the story of the Ozarks. The historic Shepherd of the Hills outdoor drama is an action-packed live reenactment of the famous novel The Shepherd of the Hills by Harold Bell Wright. Again, we had a great time in Branson, and we're just barely touching the long list of family-friendly things to do, see, and enjoy in Branson. So, when you're making your next vacation plans, fans, make your first stop explorebranson.com to learn more about this amazing place. Now let's get back to the racing on Lake Taneycomo with Powerboat Nationals Pro Tunnel Championship event. Jim Robb in the iconic Gulf Racing Fuels US1 was racing the last race of his career, and he was starting in style, earning pole position for the Pro Tunnel main event. Robb took off with the lead, but David McMurray in the Nashville Marine 57 stayed right with him. Lap after lap, these two swapped the lead while 55 John Eddy and 41 Bobby Briggs battled for that last step on the podium. In the final laps, Robb surged ahead of McMurray and took home the win, wrapping up a 4-decade-long racing career with a victory and the Powerboat Nationals Pro Tunnel Championship. Then the fans and other Pro Tunnel drivers saluted Robb at the Big Cedar Lodge start-finish line, ending a storied career. Josh Grisham caught up with the champ.
Jim, you've got every reason to be proud, emotional, tears, whatever it is, my friend. You have earned all of it. Congratulations on a rich career and that first-place finish.
Thank you, Josh. Yeah, it was a pretty emotional weekend. You know, we had a couple of good heats yesterday. We had an engine problem, and today the guys all got out there and thrashed. It got me back out to run. I couldn't believe we made it, and we ran okay. You know, we got a good start. I had to race against some of the best, and I had a little luck, and they had unluck, and I can't believe it. It's shocking.
Jim Robb, he sits atop the board, closes out his career on his terms, first place finish. This is Racer H2O as we bid Jim Robb a remarkable farewell.
Robb was joined by David McMurray and Bobby Briggs on the Pro Tunnel podium in Branson. Fans, the Liqua Moly Formula Light Series drivers are climbing into their cockpits. They'll race for their 2022 championship here in Branson when Racer H2O returns to Lake Taneycomo right after this.
This segment of Racer H2O's coverage of the 2022 Branson Grand Prix Series is brought to you by Branson Landing. Shop, dine, play, and stay at Branson Landing.
Race fans, welcome back to one of the most patriotic places you'll find in America. Branson salutes America and our veterans all year long. One example is Patriots Park at College of the Ozarks. This park honors Missouri servicemen and women who lost their lives while serving our country and stands as a stark reminder that freedom is not free. This phrase echoed throughout Branson this weekend as we all took time to remember those we lost more than 2 decades ago. during the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001. Branson Landing held a remembrance ceremony that included speakers, songs, and prayers, remembering and saluting the fallen from that fateful day in our nation's history. But now, fans, it's time to get back to racing as we head back down to Branson Landing in Lake Taneycomo. Let's take one more look at the incredibly close points race. Mark Schmerbach is in the lead, but by only 4 points. 5 points goes to the winner of this race. One more look at the starting lineup, fans. All eyes are on Jose Mendana Jr., who's on the pole, but he's got to get ahead and stay ahead of Mark Schmerbach to earn the series championship. All right, fans, one more time for 2022. Get those chin straps buckled. It's showtime in Branson, championship style. 21, Jose Mendana Jr. leads the fleet onto the backstretch as we await the drop of the green flag. Mark Schmerbach, your current points leader, but by only 4 points, is right next to him in second. The fleet now on the backstretch. We wait for the green flag to fly, and it does. Trim it at full throttle. We're racing in Branson. Side-by-side battle for the lead. Side-by-side battle for third behind them. Mark Schmerbach trying to move up alongside of Jose Mendana Jr. into turn 3 and now 4 as they come down to front stretch. Schmerbach moves to the outside. No, he's thrown to the inside line. Mendana opened the door, but now he shuts it as Schmerbach now dancing across the front stretch and moving across the Big Cedar Lodge start-finish line, starting this 30-lap main event drag race down to turn 1. Mendana's going to win this one. Here comes Schmerbach. Whoa! Schmerbach almost slugging a turn 1 buoy. That would have ended this fight immediately as Schmerbach would have been docked a full lap for hitting that buoy. Jose Mendana Jr. takes off with the lead, providing us with a very unique angle here, fans. Inside the cockpit, you can see him working those controls, getting that 21 boat out there. But now battle for 5th shaping up as the rookie 82, Corey Merrill, under assault. James Klein, the veteran. Klein trying to get up alongside of that 82 boat. You can see that orange R on his engine cowling. Merrill, the lone rookie in the fleet, doing a great job this year, holding on to that top 5 position. Battle for third shaping up now as Randy Parch is starting to catch up with 72 Thomas Schlarb. Schlarb in third. Takes that turn a little bit wide. Randy Parch tries to move to the inside, but Schlarb just shuts the door on him. Makes the Liqua Moly 66 stay back in fourth. These two had a spirited battle. They've had many battles in qualifying all year long, fans. Let's see now as we see Parch start to catch up to the 72. As they go into turn 4, whoa, Parch into that rooster tail. Gotta watch that. That'll turn your boat over. And now Randy Parch on the inside. Thomas Schlarb trying to move. Oh, caution's out. As we have a boat stalled in turn 2. That's Corey Merrill. Oh, he was having a great run. Engine is given out on the 82, and we'll have to get him off the course. 2 laps were completed in the race, fans, as we await the restart. Jose Mendana Jr. and Mark Schmerbach now neck and neck. The lead that Mendana had is gone. Green flag back out. He's going to have to re-earn it. Here we go. Drag race resumes on the backstretch. Mark Schmerbach struggling mightily to move up alongside of that 21. Here they go into turn 3 for the first time. Mendana holds the line. Comes out of turns 4, and here he goes. He trims it up, and he's going to move away as Mark Schmerbach moves to the outside, trying to catch up that 21 boat. Battle for third right behind them. Side-by-side battle. Here comes Randy Parch moving to Liqua Moly 66 to the inside of Thomas Schlarb. Side-by-side as they go down to front stretch. Heading into turn 1, Schlarb pushes Parch a little wide going into the turn. Oh, and into the rooster tail goes Parch, nearly shearing the Racer H2O camera off the top of the 66 boat. Randy Parch will settle in behind Thomas Schlarb as we look back to the front of the fleet. The battle continues. This is not just for the win. This is not just for the lead. This is for the championship, fans. Jose Mendana Jr., if the race ended right now, would win the championship by 1 point. But we still have 27 more laps in this feature race on Lake Taneycomo. Randy Parch had some trouble in turn 4. That has been his Achilles heel all season long, fans. That turn 4 here in Lake Taneycomo is a tough turn. And James Klein was looking to pounce on that opportunity, but the 66 pulls away, just like the 21 seems to be pulling away from Mark Schmerbach now. Something you don't see very often. Schmerbach staying in his rearview mirrors, but Jose Mendana Jr. out front. And we're going to ride along with him as we take off for a break, fans. Don't move. More championship racing from Branson and Lake Taneycomo coming up on Racer H2O right after this.
This segment of Racer H2O's coverage of the 2022 Branson Grand Prix Series is brought to you by Explore Branson. Visit explorebranson.com to plan your next vacation.
Fans, welcome back to Lake Taneycomo as the battle for the 2022 Liqua Moly Formula Light Series Championship continues. Here on Lake Taneycomo, the fans are being treated to an incredible battle for the series championship right here up front. We ride along with Mark Schmerbach. He is currently your points leader, but by only 4 points. The 21 boat just ahead of him, Jose Mendana Jr. If he keeps the lead to the end of the race and wins this race, he will win the championship by 1 point. But the veteran Mark Schmerbach, your 2022 APBA SST 45 national champion, is not going to let the 21 just skate away with this win. Staying right in his rooster tail. Now he moves to the outside, does the 35, trying to use that weight-free water to gain some kind of momentum, some kind of advantage on the 21. But man, that 21 boat of Jose Mendana, sponsored by Mike Scott Plumbing, is just disappearing on the front stretch. Now he moves to the inside, has some trouble in turn 2. Here comes Schmerbach on the outside. Can he make it happen? Trying to pull up alongside, and no. Mendana once again hits the throttle and pulls away, making Schmerbach go way to the outside. Schmerbach riding that outside line along this course, trying to build some momentum into the turn. Mendana, however, he's using the inside line. Now we have some lap traffic coming up. That's a 5th place boat of James Klein. You can see the lead that Mendana has, but I tell you what, Schmerbach not letting up, man. He is flying on the outside of this course as it goes into turn 1. James Klein moves to the outside, lets 21, Jose Mendana Jr. go by. He's going to open the door a little bit, but here comes Mendana. He jumps right in front of Klein. That inside line's open. Let's see if the 35 takes advantage of it, and he does. Mark Schmerbach gets by Klein and resumes his battle. Oh, we see the number 40 boat of Jimmy Robb, the Branson-sponsored 40, off the course on the backstretch. He's safely out of the way, fans. We stay green with now only 3 laps to go in this championship race. Schmerbach on the outside, Jose Mendana Jr. on the inside. These two have finished 1-2 in some combination all season long here in Branson. And Jose Mendana Jr. now moves to the outside, Schmerbach to the inside. Schmerbach has been using every lane on this race course, trying to figure out some kind of formula to catch up alongside of the 21, and he's gaining some ground on him. Here they come into the turn. Mendana, beautiful turn, forcing Schmerbach to go through his wake and rooster tail. Schmerbach forced to the outside. Jose Mendana Jr., qualified first, has led every lap of this race, fans, and he needs to lead every lap, especially that last one. As Randy Parch is off the race course. He's on the inside. Everyone's going to shift up. And man, Thomas Schlarb can breathe a sigh of relief. He was giving Schlarb some trouble trying to steal that 3rd place slot from the 72. But now Thomas Schlarb, you can see there's a lot of space between him and Mark Schmerbach in 2nd. James Klein nearly a straightaway behind him, as now Thomas Schlarb seems to have a lock on that 3rd place slot. But fans, all eyes in Branson are now on the leader as Jose Mendana Jr. crosses the Big Cedar Lodge start-finish line one more time. White flag is out. Here comes the 35 on his outside. Mark Schmerbach trying to catch up, trying to get around. Schmerbach is your points leader, but he's got to win this race. Jose Mendana Jr. holds the middle lane. Schmerbach to the outside. He's got clean water. Can he do it? Can he catch up? This is for the championship, fans. Jose Mendana Jr. holds the lead and holds a big lead as they go into turn 3 for the last time in 2022. Out of 3, into 4, and down the front stretch. They're celebrating in Branson Landing. Jose Mendana Jr. is going to cross the Big Cedar Lodge start-finish line and win the 2022 Series Championship. We'll catch up with the champ in the post-race show coming up after this.
When in Branson, stay where the Powerboat Nationals action is. Stay at Hilton's of Branson. Shop, dine, play, and stay at Branson Landing and Hilton's of Branson.
Racer H2O's coverage of the 2022 Branson Grand Prix Series was brought to you by Explore Branson. Visit explorebranson.com to plan your next vacation. And by Branson Landing. Shop, dine, play, and stay at Branson Landing.
Fans, welcome back to Branson Landing in Lake Taneycomo, where we see the elated race winner and 2022 Series champion Jose Mendana Jr. celebrate with the checkered flag here after a spirited battle with Mark Schmerbach. We welcome you to the Branson Landing post-race report. Shop, dine, play, and stay at Branson Landing. Look at the results, fans. Jose Mendana Jr. won. Mark Schmerbach 2. Man, what a battle those two had. Thomas Schlarb, James Klein, and Rick Sober round out the top 5. But now we go back to Branson Landing. Josh Grisham is standing by with our second place finisher. Josh.
You had tough competition coming into the final race. You were atop the leaderboard in points, facing that tough competition with Jose Mendana Jr. How do you feel after this finish, finishing off the season?
Well, typically I feel rotten. Second is not where you want to finish. When you get this close, you'd rather lose the game by 30 points instead of 1 point or 2 points, whatever. But you got to give credit to both teams. We gave it our all. We left it out on the race course. I have to give, kudos to Team Mendana. I mean, what a class act. I thought we put on one hell of a show. And for anybody in boat racing involved, you try and match that and this whole series when it comes down to the last lap. I mean, I haven't been in a series in all my years of racing to the last lap.
Fans, when the championship comes down to the last lap of the last race, it just doesn't get any better. Jose Mendana Jr., your champion. Mark Schmerbach, 1 point back. Josh is standing by with our champion. Josh.
Number 1, how does it feel? Here we are again.
It's not. I don't have a lot of words to say. It's amazing. We came in. It had to be perfect. I mean, to beat Mark and that team, we know what we had to do. We set a plan a few weeks back. We worked for it, and the key was qualifying the time trials. We needed that bonus point. If we didn't get the bonus point, our hopes were gone. We got to thank Mike Scott Plumbing because their sponsorship for us and our support. Probably, one of the best sponsors in boat racing right now has been immensely. That's why we're here. But my dad, Mike Lee, Steve Lee, my brother, which, by the way, doesn't let me run his boat at Marietta in the final to save those points. We're not even having this discussion. So there's my 1 point difference right there. And then my mom, and then I got Kevin Pash and Scotty and Tim from Canada. I mean, I got a big crew. I'm fortunate to be surrounded by amazing people.
Congratulations to our race winners and our champions. Thank you, Branson. On behalf of the entire Racer H2O crew, I'm Jared Romsberg. We'll see you at RacerH2O.com.